Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikon here coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U. Now, as you guys are aware, I've done a couple of live streams for this game, both on my channel and on TGN, where I played through quite a lot of sections of Xenoblade Chronicles, and today I just wanted to talk a little bit about it because I've made a decision to be quite selfish with this game, and what that means is that I've been pretty much playing it by myself, not really live streaming it, and just enjoying and appreciating the huge world that Xenoblade Chronicles X has. And I wanted to talk a little bit about it because even though I live streamed it quite a bit, I haven't really made a video on it to kind of discuss why I like this game so much. So what's been happening with Xenoblade Chronicles is I'm currently like 50 hours in, I think, or just about to reach 50 hours, and I haven't even gotten the mechs yet. Now, I know that you can get the mechs at around 30 hours in, or maybe even less, depending on whether you beeline the story or not. But to be completely honest, it's like I haven't really felt the need to get the mechs because I've been having way too much fun just exploring the world and figuring out how the developers expect you to reach certain areas. And that is just one of the million things that is awesome about Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now, I know that I'm going to sound a little bit like a fanboy, and I realize that Xenoblade Chronicles X is not necessarily a game that is for everybody, as I've clearly seen in my discussions of the whole discussion thing that we did over at TGN, where I talked with Globku and Nukem Dukem, and they don't really like, at least I don't think they really appreciate all that much what Xenoblade Chronicles is from a game perspective, but it just hits all the right notes for me, and I've just been having a blast whenever I am not consumed by all the holiday activities, by hanging out with my family and all that, because naturally we've just had Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, or depending on whatever else you celebrate, you might have had something else, but it's just time to spend with your family, right? So it's not like I had the biggest amount of time to just go ahead and do whatever I want, but whenever I do have a nice stretch of time, like a couple of hours or so, I end up playing Xenoblade Chronicles, and a lot of times I end up going to bed really late because I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles, and it's the kind of game where once you kind of get immersed into it, it's like you can't stop. You're just like, oh, I need to explore this thing. Oh, I need to plant this frontier nav beacon. Oh, I should do this side quest to get this other thing. And it's cool. And it's just, in a way, it feels very much like I've had a lot of people say this. It's like an offline MMO. And in a way it is, but in other ways it isn't, because being offline and not necessarily depending on all the concepts of MMOs, it also doesn't force you to grind as much. I mean, sure, you have some things that's like, if you want to grind, you can. You have that option. You can grind and overcome a lot of challenges by just grinding and becoming over-leveled and all that. But I wouldn't necessarily advise it, and I would also advise people that this is the kind of game that you should take your time with it. Like, seriously, do not beeline the main story. Even though, in a way, I don't think the game kind of allows you to beeline the main story, because what I've noticed is that the first time I tried doing Chapter 2, I think, the game was like, oh, you need to have this percentage of surveying done on Primordia or something along those lines, which means that you would have to complete a certain number of side activities in order to proceed forward. But to be honest, I don't even think that's a big deal, because right now, for all the story chapters I've been doing, it's like I've been way above the survey level required for you to go for those chapters. And it's like, the reason I'm saying that you should take your time with it is because this is a game that is not meant to just be played for the story. It is a game, to me personally, about the joy of exploration. Like, I don't know how many of you guys did this, but back in my World of Warcraft days, one of the things that I like to do is I like to figure out if there was a way for me to jump to certain locations that maybe wasn't intended by the devs. Like, you guys might remember the whole thing about jumping and then becoming like a little bit stuck in the scenery because you jumped kind of sideways, and then jumping sideways enabled you to keep jumping up a mountain. And it was weird, and it was kind of glitchy, and at some point the devs just completely patched that out, thus completely killing a big portion of the joy of exploration in World of Warcraft. Then they added flying mounts, and everybody could just fly everywhere and explore everything, and there wasn't a whole lot more to see in regards to that. But back in the day, if you guys look up some really old YouTube videos, you'll see players like glitching through the terrain and like trying to do all kinds of fancy shit to get to places that maybe they shouldn't be at. Well, Xenoblade Chronicles has a lot of that, except it's intentional. So it is designed in a way that it's like your average player will go through an area and he'll look at it and it's like, oh, that's too high for me to jump. I'm pretty sure that eventually I'll get a scale or whatever and I'll be able to fly up there. And yes, there are certain locations that you can only get to by flying, but there are other locations where you can figure out, oh, maybe if I jump on top of this rock, and then from this rock, I can jump to that little ledge, and then from that little ledge, I can jump to over here and do this, and then I can go through. And that kind of stuff, I don't know why, but it really gets me. And I know that it might be the weirdest thing, but it really gets me. And the game is designed to allow you to do things like that. And then it's also designed in a way that if you are careful enough and observant enough, you can actually go through areas that have monsters that are way higher level than you. And you can go and plant your frontier nav beacons like way behind locations that you shouldn't even be in. And the game is designed to like support that kind of stuff. And I find that, for some reason, I find that to be very appealing. Just like, oh man, I'm gonna like sneak through here. I'm gonna dodge this enemy here, and I'm gonna go straight into that nav beacon, plant it, run away. And it's like, it's just the joy of exploration, the joy of you being in a location that you're not supposed to be in. I'm not sure if this translates as well to everyone else, but to me, it's just it really speaks to me for some strange reason. I can't even tell you why. But then on top of that, you have the fact that the world is just gorgeous and it is amazing to explore it. And then you put that on top of all the stuff that I've said so far, and you just get yourself like this mini game that I'm constantly doing, which is, can I get over there? I think I can. And I've gotten to places that I'm not even sure that you should be in, because like I said, this is intended design, but I've gotten to places where I just look at the textures and it's like, you guys didn't really take a lot of trouble texturing this place properly, so I'm wondering if I should even be here. But it looks cool, so I'll keep like running around through the ridges of mountains and stuff, and it's just it's the kind of game where I tend to make my own fun, not just following the storyline. And the interesting thing is that even if you're not following the storyline, like say you're doing side quests, you know how when you do a side quest in certain games, you're just like, this means absolutely fucking nothing to the whole essence of what this game is about, right? That thing tends to happen on some video games. But with Xenoblade Chronicles, that's not the case, because the way they introduce the game to you, it's like every single thing you do in that game, you are in a way contributing to the development of the story. Because it's like your character and your overall objective is to ensure the survival of mankind. Now, this can be done in multiple ways because there's like 8 different divisions. So killing monsters, you're helping you're helping mankind to survive by killing certain indigents, because you will get certain materials that will help for our survival, or you will get some intel that will help for our survival. Maybe the indigents were actually aggressive, so you will make it easier so that other groups could like move around the world and, plant more nav beacons or whatever. It doesn't have a direct game impact, so to say, in some occasions. Like if you're just roaming the world and you're like, oh, I'm going to kill this thing, it might not have a direct impact. You might not see a direct impact, but in a narrative way, it's all connected to the story. Like the fact that I like exploring, like that's a good thing, because I'm planting these frontier nav beacons whenever I can find a place to plant them in, and doing this extends the reach, the network, and they can see where I've planted these beacons, so it's like I'm actually helping out. And on top of that, I get these probes that I can put down on the frontier nav beacons, and they extract minerals and resources and stuff, and I actually get benefit from doing these things. So it's not like I'm just exploring the game for the sake of exploring. It actually has some kind of a consequence that ties everything in. And on top of that, whenever you're roaming through the world, you will find the blue crystals that I'm constantly running around trying to pick up every single blue crystal that you can find. And those crystals will also come into play later down the line for another set of like side quests, if that makes sense. Because there's side quests, and then there's like the minor side quests, which are just like, oh, pick up 5 of these things and whatever. And I've noticed some people are criticizing this game because like, oh my god, these stupid side quests that like you have to pick up 5 of these things. It's so frustrating because you need to like go around an entire continent looking for these materials. And I'm like, you guys, you don't get it. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do other things. And in the course of doing those other things, you will eventually complete those minor side quests. You're not supposed to actually follow those through unless they're like, oh, go kill this thing, this big boss or something. And I don't know. I just find that to be interesting how every single side quest that you're doing is somehow actually connected to the main storyline and is not just like its own little isolated thing. Because even if it is still something about the survival of mankind, like recovering pieces of the Ark or whatever, not Ark, the white whale, recovering pieces of the white whale or recovering pieces of the life hole or whatever. It's just like everything is contributing towards that one goal of ensuring the survival of mankind on Mira. And I've recently even seen a plot twist that I had forgotten about, and that was kind of cool because the plot twist was spoiled to me through the NDA. I'm not sure if I mentioned this because this is like my 3rd or 4th take on this particular recording. But yeah, I had this thing that was told to me in the NDA for this game, which like was a major spoiler. And I was like, wow, thanks for spoiling it for me. But I was so immersed playing the game that I forgot about that specific piece of information. And then I got exposed to it through a quest line in chapter 5, I think. And I was, for those of you that have played the game so that you know what I'm talking about, and I was just like, oh, that's right, this thing. And then they start the whole thing about the Blade name, not the builders of a legacy of whatever the thing that they translate this to, but the actual Japanese translation, which is something beyond the logos, artificial, something. That thing actually starts making sense. And I was just like, oh my God, it's because of this thing and that thing. And it's just, oh crap. Even the story, I'm enjoying the story so much. And again, it's just like, I know that eventually I'm going to get mechs, but I'm not even in a rush anymore. I don't even care that much about the mechs. I'm just like, right now, I'm just like exploring a lot of side stuff, unlocking new characters, because you're constantly unlocking new characters as well that you can take with you. And those characters will also have like their own affinity stories. So you will find out more about the background of those characters. Like right now, I actually unlocked a character that had previously shot another character that I was friends with in the back during a mission. And then that character kind of betrayed us during a mission. But you can still like team up with her, and it's interesting, the dynamic of that. And it's just cool, even to the point where I've had a mission where I was rescuing a cat. And I was just like, okay, this is definitely one of those missions that means nothing. And then throughout the mission, they're like, no, but it's important because we need to figure out how cats adapt to the environment here on this planet and how they would be able to survive and how they would do things because, you know, cats might be important. I hate cats in real life. I don't like cats at all. But it's like, you know, I can understand, like, from a scientific perspective, why it would be important for a cat to be on the planet and, like, doing things. And I don't know, man. There's just way too much to this game for me to even explain why I appreciate it so much. It got to a point where I just think if you own a Wii U, like seriously, just get this game. Just get this game because it's just so good. I mean, if you like RPGs, that is. Because if you're like the kind of person that just got his Wii U just to play Super Mario games and Super Smash Brothers and that kind of stuff, yeah, this is not that kind of game at all. But I mean, if you're the kind of person that watches my channel and you like Souls games and you like RPGs and stuff, I think you're going to love the crap out of this game. And I've also been leveling up different classes because you can level up as many classes as you want for your character, and there's like a wide variety of classes that you can level up. I've maxed out the Shield Trooper, by the way, and it is everything I want it to be. And so far, there's not a single class that I've experienced that I want to play more than the Shield Trooper. As a matter of fact, I'm playing other classes, and I'm like getting the battle points, which are something that you get for your class to level up and stuff like that. And I'm going to use those points for the shield class so that I can keep slamming people with my shield. It's just so satisfying to be the main tank and like, trash talk. Everybody just like collapse on me and just like attack me, and then I just like unleash all hell upon the enemies with the Gatling gun. It's just very, very satisfying. So yeah, it's even got a class that shield slams, which is like my favorite thing. It's like a game that was made for me, and I can't wait until I get to the mechs part, but I'm also not in a rush to get there. So I also wanted to let you guys know that I'm not going to be live streaming a whole lot of Xenoblade Chronicles, because there's also a lot of missions that I do where it is... I mean, there's not a lot of them, but there are a couple of missions. Like in the last live stream, there was that mission where I had to kill those 3 robots over and over and over again. And I kind of feel that those might actually be oversights, because they're very rare and far between. But they do happen. I've had another mission. As a matter of fact, I think I have one right now where I'm supposed to get a couple of parts off of these pugilith things. And it takes a while to get those parts. So I have to, like, I have to kill a couple of them, then come back and then kill more of them. Although those aren't intended to be, sometimes they aren't intended to be main quests. But the one that I did on stream was actually a main quest, and I couldn't reset that, which was frustrating. And sometimes it happens. It's like, it's not all, it's not all roses, this game. It's got a couple of issues here and there. It's got a couple of kinks. But most of the time, it's an amazing game. And another reason why I feel like I shouldn't live stream it is because there are times where I will just like start listening to a podcast or something along those lines and just like start running through the world. And I don't think that is going to be that entertaining to watch from a live streaming perspective. It's just like, oh, there's just this guy running through the world. But to me, it's very liberating. It's just, I'm just running through the world. I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. I can just run through this world, explore it, try to find hidden frontier nav beacons, plant them, like fight a couple of foes every now and then. But it's just like doing side stuff in this game. I love it, and I have a lot of fun with it. And again, it could be just me, because I know that a lot of players prefer just, oh no, I just want to do main quest, and I want to do things that have meaning. And I'm just like, I just love exploring this world, and I love spending time in it. And I know that a lot of people are going to be calling me a fanboy, but it's like, look, I like what I like. The same way that I wasn't having as much fun, for instance, exploring the world of The Witcher 3. It's like, not everybody likes the same things. And you can call me a fanboy for Xenoblade, but what I can tell you is that I'm just enjoying exploring the world. That's all I can really tell you. But yeah, you guys, that is going to be it for this video. I just wanted to tell you guys what I've been up to in Xenoblade and why I think Xenoblade is so amazing and why you should try it out. I'm not sure if the video came through, because I kind of just feel that I said, I really like playing this game and I like exploring and it's fun. So I'm not sure if I passed a lot of information there, but it's just, I'm having fun with this game in a way that I haven't had fun with games in a long time. It's just, it's a game that doesn't force you to do a whole lot. You can just you can log in, explore for a little bit, and get out. And also has multiplayer. I haven't explored the multiplayer properly, but it's also got some multiplayer on there that I gotta fool around with at some point, some more. But I've been doing some of the squad stuff, which I wasn't even aware how it worked. But you guys have probably seen during the live stream, there's like a squad thing that appears sometimes in the bottom of the bottom right section of the screen. And basically what happens when that thing appears is they actually mark some monsters for you. And if you kill those monsters, you gain squad points, which you can then use to purchase specific materials. Like the materials for the quest that I was doing in the previous live stream, I could have also bought those using squad points, but I didn't know. That's another thing the game maybe doesn't have to its favor. It's very complex. So if you don't get into the systems and if you don't understand all of the different systems, the barrier of entry is slightly higher than it should be, I feel. Even though the game's not that hard, it does require you to think about it for a bit and analyze every skill and how skills interact with one another, and choose your party makeup with different classes and stuff like that. But that's stuff that I like doing. I like the min-maxing aspect of it, so I don't know. It's going to vary from player to player, but yeah. I want to talk a little bit more about Xenoblade, and that's what this video is all about. I also wanted to wish you guys a Happy New Year, because I'm leaving tomorrow with my family. We're going to the southern region of Portugal. It's called Algarve. They changed the name for tourism for some reason. To me, it's always going to be Algarve. And Algarve is like the place where you go for your summer vacation. So it's kind of weird going there during the winter. But we tend to do that as a family to just like spend New Year's Eve somewhere else. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to be down there for up until like Sunday, I think. I'm leaving tomorrow and I'm going to be down there until Sunday. But yeah, after that I'm going to come back. Going to be doing more TGN stuff, some more TGN live streams and stuff like that. And naturally, we're going to have Murthan return and continue that Murthan playthrough that we've been doing for Bloodborne. Because yeah, that playthrough has been a lot of fun. Haymaking stuff. Cool. Anyways, what I want to do right now is I'm going to go play myself some more Xenoblade because I also want to hear the Giant Bombcast Game of the Year discussions. So there's going to be a lot of me just exploring the world, listening to some Giant Bomb discussions, and just relaxing until I have to leave tomorrow. Spend some time with my family. And whenever I have free time down there, I'm probably going to be playing some Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate because I haven't played enough of that game and I want to play some more. So yeah. I'm kind of in a Nintendo mood, I guess. But yeah, I still wish they would do Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for the Wii U. That would be so good. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, you guys. Leave me your comments, feedback, all that kinds of good stuff in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one.